Let's solve one or two problems using hyperbolic functions. Okay, let's take the first one. If tan theta plus I phi is equal to tan alpha plus I sec alpha, then prove that e to the power of 2 phi is equal to plus or minus cot alpha by 2. That is one. And the second thing we have to prove is 2 theta is equal to n pi plus pi by 2 plus alpha. So here in this problem, we have a complex angle of which we have taken the tan. So tan of this complex angle is equal to a tan of another angle plus I sec that angle. If these two are equal, then we have to prove this. Okay, so before we take up each one of these one by one, let's state what is given and what we can infer from that. What is given is tan alpha plus I sec alpha. From this, we can also say that tan of theta minus I phi is equal to tan alpha minus I sec alpha. Okay, so keeping these two things in mind, let's proceed with the first one. Now what we are going to do is we are going to start off with tan 2I phi. Okay, now why are we starting with this 2I phi specifically? The reason is we are going to use hyperbolic functions, right? And we have certain definitions based on which we will require I. Okay, so let's proceed. Tan, now this can be written as tan of, based on whatever we already have, theta plus I phi, and we have to come out with something by which this becomes 2I phi. So either plus or minus. So if we take it as minus, what will happen? This I phi plus I phi will get 2I phi. Theta will get disappear. If we had taken plus, then I phi would have disappeared and would have been left with 2 theta. At the moment you see this 2 theta, that we will be using for the second part of this problem. So here we are taking it as minus. Now we know an identity tan A minus B, which is tan A minus tan B by 1 plus tan A tan B. So let's apply that. So tan A minus tan B by 1 plus tan A tan B. Okay. Now we have got this. Now this, let's do the substitutions now. Tan theta plus I phi we know is equal to tan alpha plus I sec alpha. Let's do the substitution. Tan alpha minus I sec alpha, no, plus I sec alpha, minus tan alpha, minus into minus, plus I sec alpha, divided by 1 plus tan alpha plus I sec alpha, multiplied by again tan alpha minus I sec alpha. Okay, now what happens? Tan alpha and tan alpha disappears, so we are left with 2I sec alpha divided by 1 plus A plus B, A minus B. So tan square alpha minus I square sec square alpha, 2I sec alpha by 1 plus tan square alpha is sec square alpha minus I square is minus 1, minus into minus plus sec square alpha. So we end up with 2I sec alpha by 2 sec square alpha. 2 cancels, one of the sec gets cancelled, and we are left with 1 by I times 1 by sec alpha. Now here what do we have? Here we have tan 2I phi, right? Now tan 2I phi can be written as hyperbolic tan of 2 phi times I, and here we have I by sec alpha. So 1 by sec alpha is cos alpha. So I cancels, and we end up with hyperbolic tan of 2 phi is equal to cos alpha. Now remember, we have to show that e to the power of 2 phi, right? So which means we need to convert this tan, hyperbolic tan, to the exponential equivalent, right? So let's do that. We get e to the power of 2 phi minus e to the power of minus 2 phi by e to the power of 2 phi plus e to the power of minus 2 phi. This would be equal to cos alpha. Okay, now let's take it denominator to the other side. We end up with 2 phi minus e to the power of minus 2 phi is equal to e to the power of 2 phi cos alpha minus e to the power of minus 2 phi cos alpha. Now let's group the negative and positive exponents on the left hand side and right hand side. So e to the power of 2 phi minus e to the power of 2 phi cos alpha is equal to e to the power of minus 2 phi minus e to the power of minus 2 phi cos alpha. Okay, now e to the power of 2 phi is common, so 1 minus cos alpha, and here e to the power of minus 2 phi is common, so we have 1 minus, no, this was plus, this is plus, this is going to be plus cos alpha. Okay, now let's again bring the exponentials together. E to the power of 2 phi by e to the power of minus 2 phi is equal to, this I brought it here, so this I have to take it to the other side, so 1 plus cos alpha by 1 minus cos alpha. Now if I take the denominator to the top, it becomes plus, so 2 phi plus 2 phi, 4 phi is equal to, now we need to remember the identities. So 1 plus cos alpha is 2 cos square alpha by 2, and 1 minus cos alpha is 2 sin square alpha by 2. So 2 cancels, and this is nothing but cot square alpha by k. So we have e to the power of 4 phi is equal to cot square alpha by 2, and if I take the square root on both the sides, I will end up with e to the power of 2 phi is equal to plus or minus cot alpha by 2, which is what we had to prove. Okay, that is the first part. Now the second part says we have to prove 2 theta is equal to n pi plus pi by 2 plus alpha. Okay, now remember, we already have this given to us, theta plus I phi is equal to tan alpha plus I sec alpha, from which we infer that tan theta minus I phi is equal to tan alpha minus I sec alpha. So how do we proceed? We have 2 theta. Remember in the previous example I mentioned. So let's take tan 2 theta. Now we split it. We split the angle inside tan, so that we end up with 2 theta. So here we have theta plus I phi. So theta plus I phi and theta minus I phi. Now what we have to do is plus or minus we have to put in such a way that we get 2 theta. So this will be plus, so the 2 theta we have and I phi cancels. Again tan identity, tan A plus B is equal to tan A plus tan B by 1 minus tan A tan B. Okay, so this becomes tan A plus tan B by 1 minus tan A tan B. Okay, now let's do the substitutions in terms of alpha. So tan alpha plus I sec alpha plus tan alpha minus tan minus I sec alpha by 1 minus, this becomes tan alpha plus I sec alpha and tan alpha minus I sec alpha. Now here I sec and I sec will disappear. We are left with 2 tan alpha by 1 minus A plus B times A minus B is tan square alpha minus I square sec square alpha. Okay, so this is equal to 2 tan alpha by 1 minus tan square alpha plus I square is minus 1, minus into minus plus, plus into minus minus. So minus sec square alpha. Now 2 tan alpha, we want in the denominator tan. So 1 minus tan square alpha minus sec square alpha is 1 plus tan square alpha. So we end up with 2 tan alpha by 1 minus tan square alpha minus 1 minus tan square alpha. 1 and minus 1 cancels. 2 tan alpha by minus 2 tan square alpha. Tan and one of the tans cancels, 2 cancels, so we are left with minus 1 by tan alpha, which is equal to minus cot alpha. So what have we ended up with? We have ended up with 2 tan 2 theta is equal to minus cot alpha, and minus cot alpha can be written in terms of tan as tan pi by 2 plus alpha. Okay, and remember tan is periodic and its period is n pi, so we can write it as tan n pi plus pi by 2 plus alpha. Here tan 2 theta is there. If tan of this is equal to tan of this, that means this is equal to this. So 2 theta is equal to n pi plus pi by 2 plus alpha, which is what we had to prove. Okay, so that is the first problem. Now let's look at the second problem. If cos theta plus I phi times cos alpha plus I beta is equal to 1. So product of the cos of two complex numbers is equal to 1. Show that hyperbolic tan square phi times hyperbolic cos square beta is equal to sine square alpha. And remember, phi is this, beta is this. So we have taken the tan of one and the cos of, hyperbolic tan of one and the hyperbolic cos of the other, and we have multiplied to get sine square alpha. Okay, so if we shuffle it around and we take hyperbolic tan square beta and hyperbolic cos square of phi. This would be equal to sine square. Instead of this alpha, it will be theta. Okay. So whatever we do, if we can prove this, then proving this is just a question of using a different set of angles, but the procedure remains the same. Okay, so let's see how we can proceed. Now here we have a product of cos. So let's take the first one, cos theta plus I phi. So cos theta plus I phi can be written as 1 by, we are taking this to the other side. So 1 by cos alpha plus I beta, which means it is sec alpha plus I beta, which means therefore cos theta minus I phi is equal to sec alpha minus I beta. Okay. Now we have seen cos. Now let's look at sine. Sine theta plus I phi is equal to, remember cos square theta, sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. So 1 minus square root of 1 minus cos square theta plus I phi, which would be equal to square root of 1 minus, remember cos theta plus I phi is equal to sec square, sec alpha plus I beta. So which means I can write it as sec square alpha plus I beta. Remember, objective is to convert this theta plus I phi into alpha plus I beta form. Okay. Now 1 minus sec square is minus tan square. Why? Because actually sec square theta minus 1 is equal to tan square. Here it is other way around. So minus tan square alpha plus I beta, which means square root of minus is I, minus 1 is I, tan alpha plus I beta. So I got sine theta plus I phi as well. Now let's look at sine theta minus I phi. This would be equal to minus I tan alpha minus I beta. Okay. So I have got both the cos, both the sine. So let's see what we can do now. Just like we did in the previous problem, let's take up cos 2I phi. Now this can be written as cos of theta plus I phi, theta minus I phi. What should come here, plus or minus? We want I phi twice, so minus. So minus into minus plus, so 2I phi. Theta minus theta disappears. Okay. Now cos A minus B, we know the identity. So cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. Okay. So we have got this. Now let's do the substitutions here in terms of alpha. So cos theta plus I phi is what? That is sec alpha plus I beta, and cos theta minus I phi is sec alpha minus I beta. Similarly, sine theta plus I phi is what? I tan alpha plus I beta. This one. And sine theta minus I phi is equal to minus I tan alpha minus I beta. Okay. Now what do we do? Let sec be as it is, alpha plus I beta, sec alpha minus I beta plus, now I times I is I square, minus 1 times minus is plus, so this remains plus, and we have tan alpha plus I beta. Let's write it in terms of sine. So sine alpha plus I beta by cos alpha plus I beta times this tan also, let's write it in terms of sine sine alpha plus, not plus, minus I beta by cos alpha minus I beta. What do we do? Sec alpha plus I beta can be written as 1 by cos alpha plus I beta times 1 by cos alpha minus I beta plus sine alpha plus I beta sine alpha minus I beta by cos alpha plus I beta cos alpha minus I beta. So the denominators are same. So we can add them up. 1 plus sine alpha plus I beta sine alpha minus I beta by cos alpha plus I beta cos alpha minus I beta. And on this side, what do we have? Remember, we have cos 2I phi. Now I can get rid of that I by converting it into hyperbolic cos. So this becomes cos 2 phi. By 1 I can write. So this is the tricky part. What we'll do is we have two ratios, equality of ratios. So you have to remember the componendo and dividendo rule. Okay, very briefly, what does it say? It says A by B equal to C by D implies that A plus B by A minus B is equal to C plus D by C minus D. Or we can also do it like this: A minus B by A plus B equal to C minus D by C plus D. Okay, so let's take the subtraction in the numerator. So what do we get? Cos 2 phi minus 1 by cos 2 phi plus 1 is equal to, remember, numerator minus denominator. So 1 plus sine alpha plus I beta sine alpha minus I beta minus, now the denominator, cos alpha plus I beta cos alpha minus I beta. Already you can notice that you will end up with an identity which you can apply here. Okay. Similarly, in the denominator, 1 plus sine alpha plus I beta sine alpha minus I beta plus cos alpha plus I beta cos alpha minus I beta. Okay, now let's apply some identities. Hyperbolic cos of 2 phi is equal to 1 plus 2 hyperbolic sines square phi and minus 1 divided by hyperbolic cos of 2 phi plus 1 is equal to 2 hyperbolic cos square phi minus 1, and we have plus 1 here. This is equal to 1 plus. Now here we have sin A sin B minus cos A cos B. What we require is cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. So let's reverse those signs by putting a minus here. And what we end up with is cos alpha plus I beta plus alpha minus I beta divided by 1 plus, this is sin alpha, sin A sin B plus cos A cos B. So this becomes cos alpha plus I beta minus alpha plus I beta. In the numerator we have cos A plus B, and in the denominator we have cos A minus B. Okay. So now Let's simplify this. So 1 and 1 cancels, 1 and 1 cancels, 2 and 2 cancels, right? IB cancels, alpha cancels. So we are left with hyperbolic sine square phi by hyperbolic cos square phi is equal to 1 minus cos 2 alpha by 1 plus cos 2I beta, right? Now, this is nothing but hyperbolic tan square phi. Now, 1 minus 2 cos 2 alpha is 2 sine square alpha. 1 plus cos 2ib. This cos 2ib can be written as hyperbolic cos 2 beta. Now, 1 plus hyperbolic cos 2 beta is equal to 2 hyperbolic cos square beta. So 2 cancels and we are left with sine square alpha by hyperbolic cos square beta, which can be written as, if we take the hyperbolic cos to this side, we end up with hyperbolic tan square phi times hyperbolic cos square beta is equal to sine square alpha, which is what we had to prove. Similarly, we can do the other part as well. So that's it. Bye.